19-year-old plaintiff Micah Skinner is suing the defendant, Jeremy Robinson, for hospital bills and pain and suffering due to an assault. Micah says Jeremy knocked him unconscious after he found Jeremy having sex in his bed. But 23-year-old Jeremy claims Micah was assaulted by someone else. But Micah might not remember because he was wasted. Jeremy is countersuing for harassment and defamation.
Why don't you tell me, Micah, where did this assault happen?
Yes, Your Honor. It happened at my house at the time.
Okay, and what was your relationship with the defendant?
I knew him. He was a friend of a friend, mutual friend, and I'd met him a handful of times before the incident.
All right, tell me the circumstances.
Your Honor, I was at, on the December 27th, I was at my house. It was my roommate's 21st birthday. There was drinking going on, but I was not drinking.
How old are you?
I'm only 19.
So, wait, let's back up. So you were at a 21st birthday party where drinking is legal.
Yes.
And everybody's drinking, but not you.
Yes, it was my house.
Okay, was he drinking?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. What was he drinking?
I personally witnessed him drinking 151.
That's untrue. We had a keg in the basement, and it was Everclear, not 151. And the other.
What, that you were drinking? It was
No,
Everclear that
at
you
the
were
party.
drinking?
How could I
you
drink?
You gotta be careful here. You're under oath.
I'm not that I was drinking at the party. How could I drink 151 if we supplied Everclear for the party?
What's Everclear?
Everclear, I'm not sure. It's like I think it's maybe even illegal in Ohio. It's highly high
So you're
alcohol.
in possession of illegal goods at a drinking party and somebody gets assaulted. What a shock.
Before the party, I set child gates on the stairwell and then another child gate in my doorway to my room, just kind of as a sign, keep out of the upstairs, keep out of the bedrooms. Basically, the party gets going. I mean, it's about 10:30. I'm tired. I'm ready to go to bed.
Let's get to the assault.
So at 10:30, I go upstairs to bed.
You've had it.
Yeah, I've had it.
You're not drunk.
No, I have had it. I'm sick. I'm ready to put my earplugs in and go to sleep. The light from the hallway was on. I immediately noticed that the gates were gone. I opened the door and immediately recognized the defendant in my bedroom, in my bed with his girlfriend having sex. So the first thing I say is, "What the?" And I step into the room.
Hold it. You're in his bedroom?
Yeah, there was no children there, so I
don't
removed
care.
the
I
child.
didn't ask you that. So
Yeah,
you
I removed the
admit there
gate.
was a gate?
Yes, yeah, but I'm not a child, so I remove the gate. I go in the room. I'm like, there's nobody there. I'm like, yes.
Did you ever for a second think the gate was to keep you out of his room? All right, you're having sex with your girlfriend in his bed.
Not at all. I'm asleep in his bed.
With whom?
My girlfriend.
Did your girlfriend have some drinks?
No, she didn't.
Why, she was underage?
Yeah, she was 19.
How underage? Be careful.
18 at the time. She's
Okay.
19 now.
All right, so you're at a party, you're drinking, you're sleeping with your girlfriend, and you're not having sex with her.
No.
There was a condom found. I have it in the police report when I called the cops. They found a condom in semen.
Jimmy, are we going to do DNA in this case?
I'm not touching it. It'd benefit me.
All right, so there's a condom in the bed. You're in bed with the girl. You say you're not having sex with her. He says he comes in, you're having sex with her. He curses at you. What do you say to him?
I told him, get out. You know what I mean? I didn't know it was his room.
Are you upset that he comes in, he wakes
No,
you
I
up?
was asleep. I woke up and I'm like, you get out. You know what I mean? And he's like, this is my room. Get out of here. And he argues with me, and I say, well, she's got her clothes. She was in a T-shirt. She's got the rest of her clothes on the other side of the room. You're not going to sit here and watch her get dressed. You know what I mean? And he was like, no, she can get dressed
That's
here.
untrue. None of that happened.
What happened?
This happened in a matter of seconds. I walk in my room, say,
Right.
what the? They're both naked. I see him get his pants on, and so I think, okay, I'm going to turn on the light just in case he's getting up. I turn around, and bad mistake, I should never turn my back to him. He gets up and punches me in the back of the head. The next morning I woke up with a golf ball sized knot on the back of my head. And the last thing I remember before I woke up was being on an even keel with my carpet as he stomped my ankle and broke my ankle.
In your bedroom?
In my own bedroom while he was naked.
Was anyone else there at the time?
Just him and his girlfriend. And my roommate was in his room next door.
So did you pass out? Is that what you're saying?
I was unconscious. I had a concussion, severe concussion. So he could have killed me. He left me there to die, basically. I could have been dead for all he knew. He hit me in the back of the head. And he didn't go for help. I was sitting there for who knows how long. My roommates found me half in the hallway. I was unconscious.
Okay, you don't remember. You're unconscious. What's the next thing you remember?
Waking up in the morning.
In the morning. Hey.
All right, enough of that. I ushered him out of the room because he really wanted to see my girl.
Well, you're naked. How are you
I'm
ushering
not
him
naked.
out of the room?
I ushered him out of the room, closed the door. throw my girl her clothes. I pull on my jeans. I'm getting dressed. We hear a commotion outside. By that time, I got my stuff on. I open up the door. Micah is slumped up against the door. There's a gentleman on this side of the door just bleeding out of his face, another guy over here, and they had been fighting. It was obvious they had been fighting.
The other two?
Yeah, the other two. And I don't know if he was in the fight or not. The only thing I know is from stories I was told.
Well, you must know. You were right there.
The door was shut.
According to your version.
The door was shut.
He completely made that up. I have a witness statement and a police report.
19-year-old plaintiff Micah Skinner accuses the defendant, Jeremy Robinson, of brutally assaulting him at a party.
Let's see the witness statements.
They both heard him confess that he had hit me.
Who said?
He was just a friend of the party.
He choked Jeremy.
This was after. I'll get to that.
Well, let's get to it now. I have a statement. Robinson became extremely belligerent, extremely intoxicated, and confessed to him that he had assaulted Micah.
Micah was drunk.
The owner of the house says that you admitted to him that you assaulted Micah.
Ma'am, I have all my statements.
All right, let's see your statements. Are you saying you didn't assault him?
I absolutely did not touch him, not one time.
Okay.
When I tried to help him up, he was mumbling, and I knew he was drunk anyway, but all I could make out was basically, I hit him, so I'm like, whatever, you know what I mean? Then lay on the ground, I don't care. And I proceeded to leave.
Who are you?
My name's Sarah.
Sarah, come on up. Were you at the party?
Yes.
Okay, what's your last name, Sarah?
Vance.
Vance. Okay, what's your relationship to the defendant?
I'm good friends with him.
Do you know the plaintiff?
Yeah.
How do you know him?
I've met him a few times.
At parties?
At parties at his house.
Okay. What did you see that night?
I walked out in the hallway because I heard commotion, and you obviously want to see a fight, you know. I don't know what happened in the room with them, but I saw two separate guys fighting, a white guy and a black guy.
So two guys are fighting in the hall.
Two guys are fighting, and Micah exits his room into the middle of the fight, and I think he gets hit by the white guy trying to hit the other guy.
Did you actually see someone hit Micah?
Yes.
Who?
The white guy.
The white guy. Did the police come that night? Mm-hmm. Did you go up to the police and tell them that you saw the white guy hit Micah?
No.
So you don't know what happened inside that room?
No, I wasn't in the room.
All right, sit down.
No one knows what happened in the room but me.
And your girlfriend who's not here, who's a witness, who should be here.
Well, his friends should be here also because they've seen everything.
You know what? I'm the judge. I'll tell you who should be here and who shouldn't.
Okay.
Your girlfriend, who is a material witness to this case, she is the one person who was in the position to see exactly what happened, and she's not here, and I'm going to use that against you.
Yes, Judge.
So give me your version.
I ushered Micah out of the room, heard the commotion. Micah had been hit, obviously. I went to try to help him up and push people out of the way. He mumbled something to the effect, I knew he acted like I hit him. So I'm like, okay. Well, people drag him off into a room. I start making my way downstairs. I'm going to leave because there's fighting breaking out. It's just getting crazy. I can't sleep anyway. I give my girl the keys, ask her to drive. As I get outside, I'm choked from behind and I drop to my knees. And the guy had a secure choke on me. I said, man, I'm about to pass out. Like, you've got me. This is Sage. And then it's broken up. As we're leaving and driving off, I see the squad cars pulling up. But I went to a restaurant afterwards and come back to check on Micah. And Micah was sitting on the front porch. I'm like, man, I didn't do it to you. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, but I didn't do that. And he's like, no, my leg is broke, man. My jaw is blah, blah, blah. Make a long story short, detective came to my house. It wasn't the next day. It was a few days later. Said that Micah was trying to pursue charges. I was looking at felonious assault and a burglary. I don't know how the law states it, but burglary, even though nothing was taken. And
it's called breaking and entering into an area that you're not entitled to be in and committing a crime therein.
Okay, thank you. And he said that Micah said he hadn't been drinking. I said, well, you know, did he go to the hospital?
When did you go to the hospital?
As soon as I became conscious and woke up the next morning.
Okay. You know, I have a couple questions for you, Jeremy. Number one, when the police show up, you get in your car and leave. Why didn't you come back and say, you know, somebody assaulted me? Why didn't you go back and defend yourself?
Well, I know there's going to be underage kids busted for drinking. I'm in the car safe with my girl. That's what I'm worried about.
Okay. What kind of damages do you have, Micah?
I had a broken ankle and concussion and a busted lip.
You are countersuing him for what?
Absolutely. Defamation of character and phone harassment. I mean, I've received several phone calls. When I decided to finally call the police, it was when he was harassing me about the show. It went from, I will kill you, come up to my work, to, will you go on TV with me? and it'll benefit us both, blah, blah, blah.
How many times would you say he called you?
4 or 5 times.
Do you have anything else you want to say?
It would be worth it to me if he was in jail, but since I
So
cannot
what-
do that, I want to be compensated for my pain. I was not able to go snowboarding with my family this year. I was in a cast.
Let me explain something to you. I believe you were drinking. I think that you're not being straight with me when you tell me that you weren't. Anyone who is involved in any of these parties is going to leave either by arrest in a police car or with some kind of injury. Never forget that. That's a cheap lesson in life, all right? You're not going to be young forever, but stay away from these parties.
23-year-old defendant Jeremy Robinson is being sued for an assault after the plaintiff found him having sex in his bed.
Micah, you show me bills for $20 and $75 for medical injuries, although you allege 200.
That's all I got. Yeah,
That's all you have. I'm going to award for the plaintiff $95 for reimbursement for medical damages from the defendant. I'm going to give you $1,000 for pain and suffering. I'm sure it was very painful for you. I think that you were victimized here. And as it relates to your countersuit for defamation, I am finding that you have not proven your case. The truth is an absolute defense to a claim of defamation. His contacting you is not harassment. He wanted money for his injuries. He wanted you to admit what happened to him. The fact that Sage assaulted you, to me, is an indication that they didn't want you to leave, which is why he put you in a chokehold. And the fact that there was a fight going on in the hallway, he may have gotten into the end of it, but the bottom line is he was knocked out in the room. That's my verdict.